This is Fox News Alert. The Obama administration did it again, missing another target. Just a short time ago, HHS releasing new Obamacare enrollment numbers. And for the first time, we are seeing who signed up. Turns out, though, just 24% of Americans who signed up, about 489,000, are between the ages of 18 and 34. Now, that is far below the administration's goal of 38%. And to make matters worse, 79% of the people who signed up selected a plan with financial assistance. That means you, taxpayers, are paying. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well. I assume that these numbers are disappointing the Obama administration and to many Americans, if not all Americans, because they're not meeting the target. And how in the world are we going to pay for this if we only have 24% of the 38% are supposed to sign up, and even of that group that signed up, 79% are seeking financial assistance from the rest of the taxpayers?
Well, I mean, it just illustrates the fact that the cost-benefit analysis of Obamacare is it's going to cost a lot more than it's going to benefit people. We've already had, many people drop from care. We've had their insurance go up dramatically. We haven't even gotten to the corporate plans and the large plans. That's going to be even worse. So that number of 24% is a disaster. It's a financial disaster because those are the people they were counting on to pay for everyone else. So they're way below their target there, and then far many more people than they anticipate were seeking financial aid. So this is going to end up being a program that technically is probably going to be bankrupt, and they're going to have to put extra funds in from somewhere.
All right, you said it's going to cost a lot more. Is that to sort of individuals, taxpayers, or is the government going to go out and find this money? And if we can't find the money, at some point, it keeps spending. At some point, you reach that magic implosion point.
Well, that's absolutely right.
Is that at risk here?
Of course it is. It's going to take a while because remember, we're only dealing right now with the individuals, the individual plans. We're not dealing with the large number of people who are covered by their businesses with the labor unions. I think it's 90 million people that are covered that way. So those numbers haven't even come into it yet, and they're going to have to see their insurance increase dramatically to pay for this. So, this is going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
All right, if you're so certain on that, and many people are looking at the numbers, and if the Obama administration themselves said they needed 38% and only gained 24%, I assume they see the financial writing on the wall as well. What can we do right now to avoid that implosion down the road? How do we back out of, or how do we adjust or amend? What can we do?
Well, we can't do anything because the Obama administration will not make fundamental changes in the program. So the only thing they're going to try to do is to try to find money somewhere in order to increase the subsidies, increase the amount of money the government puts in. The insurance companies are going to take care of themselves. They're going to increase their premiums to fix the problem that's being put on them. But mostly there's going to become a problem of where is the government going to find the money. And I don't see anybody talking about a fix to Obamacare. The president still believes that this is going to work. I think that's foolish, but he still believes that. Republicans aren't about to recast Obamacare. What they'll do is they would like to see Obamacare ended and go to private options. So I don't see how you fix this.
But the only ways that we can pay for this is we borrow more money. That's not always very attractive. We raise taxes. That's not very attractive to a lot of people. We increase jobs so that people are paying greater revenue and income. And after that dismal jobs report from December, I don't see that happening. So can you give me any other source other than that these premiums are going to skyrocket for people, and people are already having a hard time paying these health bills?
Greta, unless there's a massive change in the political arrangement in Washington, this thing is going to implode. That's what's going to happen. A year and a half from now, 2 years from now, it's just going to absolutely implode. And then the next president's going to have to fix it. I think also if you end up with a Republican Senate, you'll at least see bills come out of the Congress that try to fix it. But I don't think the president will sign those unless he gets desperate.
Do you think the president's the least bit concerned? Do you think he remains confident that this is a good plan?
I can't believe that he hasn't lost some confidence. Seeing how the whole computer program just totally fell apart, seeing how every projection is off by 20, 30%, and the projections themselves were a little bit shaky. All the financial projections for this were somewhat questionable. Now they turn out to be a disaster. So I can't believe in his heart of hearts he doesn't realize that there's a major problem here. But so far he hasn't indicated that he's looking for some kind of major alteration of the program.
Well, it certainly doesn't seem like there's much of a change, and maybe he remains confident. But I wish that he would come out and at least give us some numbers so that we had a little more of a sense of confidence that we weren't being overly worried about this.
Well, the numbers, instead of giving you confidence, the numbers keep increasing the problem. But, I mean, part of this is the president painted this program totally inaccurately. I mean, this program, remember, was going to save money for the American people, because that was ridiculous. You can't cover 30 million people and save money. Everybody's going to be able to keep their own doctor. Well, that's turned out to be totally false. They were going to be able to keep their insurance if they liked it. That turned out to be totally false. So I don't know how the president fixes this. He's lost complete credibility. Everything he said about this program has turned out to be absolutely wrong.
Mayor, thank you. Always nice to see you, sir.